cold asparagus, slender hot bottles, and high-stemmed wine goblets peeped out from amid a setting of Charlotte Clem roses. Cicely rose from her seat and went over to the piano. "Come," she said, touching the young man lightly with a finger-tip on top of his very sleek, copper-hued head. "We're going to have picnic lunch up here today. It's so much cooler than any of the downstairs rooms, and we shan't be bothered with the servants trotting in and out all the time. Rather a good idea of mine, wasn't it?" Ronnie, after looking anxiously to see that the word picnic did not portend tongue sandwiches and biscuits, gave the idea his blessing. "What is young Storr's profession?" someone had once asked concerning him. "He has a great many friends who have independent incomes," had been the answer. The meal was begun in appreciative silence, a picnic in which 3 kinds of red pepper were available, for the caviare demanded a certain amount of respectful attention. "My heart ought to be like a singing bird today, I suppose," said Cicely presently. "Because your good man is coming home?" asked Ronnie. Cicely nodded. "He's expected some time this afternoon, though I'm rather vague as to which train he arrives by. Rather a stifling day for railway travelling." "And is your heart doing the singing bird business?" asked Ronnie. "That depends," said Cicely. "If I may choose the bird. A missel thrush would do, perhaps. It sings loudest in stormy weather, I believe." Ronnie disposed of 2 or 3 stems of asparagus before making any comment on this remark. "Is there going to be stormy weather?" he asked. "The domestic barometer's set rather that way," said Cicely. "You see, Murray has been away for ever so long, and of course there'll be lots of things he won't be used to, and I'm afraid matters may be rather strained and uncomfortable for a time." "Do you mean that he will object to me?" asked Ronnie. "Not in the least," said Cicely. "He's quite broad-minded on most subjects, and he realizes this is an age in which sensible people know thoroughly well what they want, and are determined to get what they want. It pleases me to see a lot of you, and to spoil you, and to pay you extravagant compliments about your good looks and your music, and to imagine at times that I am in danger of getting fond of you. I don't see any harm in it, and I don't suppose Murray will either. In fact, I shouldn't be surprised if he takes rather a liking to you. No, it's the general situation that will trouble and exasperate him. He's not had time to get accustomed to the fait accompli like we have. It will break on him with horrible suddenness." "He was somewhere in Russia when the war broke out, wasn't he?" said Ronnie. "Somewhere in the wilds of eastern Siberia, shooting and bird collecting, miles away from a railway or telegraph line, and it was all over before he knew anything about it. Didn't last very long when you come to think of it. He was due home somewhere about that time, and when the weeks slipped by without my hearing from him, I quite thought he'd been captured in the Baltic or somewhere on the way back. It turned out he was down with marsh fever in some out-of-the-way spot, and everything was over and finished with before he got back to civilization and newspapers." "It must have been a bit of a shock," said Ronnie, busy with a well-devised salad. "Still, I don't see why there should be domestic storms when he comes back. You're hardly responsible for the catastrophe that has happened." "No," said Cicely, "but he'll come back naturally feeling sore and savage with everything he sees around him, and he won't realize just at once that we've been through all that ourselves, and have reached the stage of sullen acquiescence in what can't be helped. He won't understand, for instance, how we can be enthusiastic and excited over Gawler Musselford's debut, and things of that sort. He'll think we're a set of callous revellers, fiddling while Rome is burning." "In this case," said Ronnie, "Rome isn't burning, it's burnt. All that remains to be done is to rebuild it, when possible." "Exactly, and he'll say we're not doing much to helping at that." "But," protested Ronnie, "the whole thing has only just happened. Rome wasn't built in a day, and we can't rebuild our Rome in a day." "I know," said Cicely, "but so many of our friends, and especially Murray's friends, have taken the thing in a tragical fashion, and cleared off to the colonies, or shut themselves up in their country houses, as though there was a sort of moral leprosy infecting London." "I don't see what good that does," said Ronnie. "It doesn't do any good, but it's what a lot of them have done, because they felt like doing it, and Murray will feel like doing it too, and that's where I foresee trouble and disagreement." Ronnie shrugged his shoulders.